Hey, Wizardry 101 folks. Hopefully you're playing with and still using your magic at this time. You're probably finding that a lot of the stuff that's going on might not be affecting you like it is others. And some people are having meltdowns. Some people are kind of like, yeah, it's actually, we're taking the time to take time for ourselves and get out in nature and walk the dog and do those things that we said that we would always do when we had the time, and always had some kind of excuse to be busy. So anyway, the cool thing right now is, and that's sort of what I wanted to share with you, is about using your intuitive abilities. And some people might call it psychic, some people might call it knowing, some people call it different things. I kind of just generally say intuitiveness, something that I've had my whole life, something that you've had your whole life as well. And the thing is, you wouldn't be in this class if you did not have those abilities. So how can you choose more of it? There's a lot of stuff out there about how you get connected to your third eye, you get to see all these things, but when I dove in further, and that's a little bit of a part of it, that can be interfered with as well. So if you've been having weird dreams or weird energies show up, just remember to go to the ousting. Like, just, hey, any energies up here that aren't a contribution to me, out. And the other thing is, what if a lot of that intuitiveness comes from the heart? So how much intuitive ability do you have in your heart that you haven't unlocked yet? And just receive. I like to just put my hands on my heart and just receive. And anywhere where you're not willing to receive in your heart, just out. So what I want you to do over the next week is just ask yourself that every day. Sorry, I can't talk today. I've been on Zooms all day, so now that we've been all quarantined, so it's like my voice is just kind of, anyway, play with the magic that is you and the simplicity of your magic. And also the simplicity of the way that you get intuitive messages. And then it could be, universe, show me how I could expand on all the ways that I get intuitive messages. And the other thing to remember as we're expanding out on our own intuitive abilities is to, now that you've done a lot of work on with playing what energies are yours and what energies aren't yours, be sure to still do that as you're going through this process. Because again, this is stuff that gets interfered with. We see it kind of on mainstream media, and then also on social media, where people are sharing a lot of things and they're not really asking questions first before they share. They're not really going to their knowing. They're kind of looking for a knowing outside of theirs. And they might even think it's their knowing. Like, I've watched some YouTube videos the last couple of weeks. Some of it seemed really light. Some of it was kind of like, yeah, that information's not really. So go with your awareness. If you feel like that's being interfered with, clear. Like, just anything that's up here that's in the way, where you could do the unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, manipulation, warning keys, commands, stacks, stringers, or any other like energies up here, clear. You do that first before you ask. And then, as you get more and more really clear, and at this point you're pretty clear on your own energy, but we still play with it. We still get interfered with. I still get interfered with, and I've done this for a long, long time. So as you're expanding out on your own intuitive abilities, just beware of that. Like, anywhere that this is being infiltrated, and then go to your cheat sheet. And the cheat sheets and the downloads in the class. And if you have any questions about that, just email me, Carol@carolreinley.com, and I'll get you a copy. So play this week with your intuitive abilities. How much comes through your heart? Do you really get the messages in your third eye, or is it something else? And if it's something else, is that a clear message to you? And then how often do you actually just have a knowing? I have a lot of knowings, and it seems like my knowings are usually a few weeks before things happen. Like things, I'll want to put things in place, and then I find like it was all to kind of go with things like going into this quarantine that we're under right now. For the I don't even want to say it. I'm not going to say it. We all know what we're quarantined for. But before all that happened, I was putting all this stuff in place and getting things kind of ordered at home and just all of that. And then I realized I was getting ready. Like, what do you know weeks before things happen? What do you know days before things happen? What do you know we already said weeks, but years before something happens. So look at all that for you. Your intuitive experience is going to be your own. It might be somewhat similar to others, but everybody's going to be getting messages kind of in their own sort. And then also just go in and double check that it's not being interfered with, that those are actually your messages. Okay. And we want to ask for whatever is to our greatest local, authentic advantage. Make sure to add that on when you're asking these questions, to your greatest local, authentic advantage. And then just receive. So what energy, space, and consciousness can you and your body and the planet be to receive and expand on all your intuitive abilities with ease? And just receive. Cool. Well, have fun playing with that this week. We'll see you on the other side. Look for more little videos from me in the coming weeks, and stay magical.